Like 3 weeks ago when I was in Chiang Mai, I spoke in front of 600 people, which I don't like people, A, and I don't like sitting on a stage, B. And I was having dreams since February that I was gonna fall off stage, and I actually didn't fall off stage until 2 days later when I fell down the stairs. So it was supposed to be my last speaking engagement. I'm not speaking anymore about YouTube or about Black Hat, just because YouTube's gone stagnant. There's not been a lot of changes, and I don't like doing the same presentation over and over. And I tend to get in legal trouble when I talk about Black Hat. So, but I'm at Dory's conference, and this is probably what I would say it's probably the #1 conference that I enjoy going to. Everyone is like super nice to me, and I think it's because you guys are scared of me, but you really don't. You don't really have to be scared of me unless you're my direct competitor or you do something to piss me off. And if you do something to piss me off, you're gone the next day. So it's not like, I'll put you back when we make up, but you know, it's all good. So I'm just gonna try to give you guys, so if you've seen it last year, it's gonna be entirely different, because last year was more analytical, I guess, and I talked way too high on a lot of people's levels. So I'm going to try to give you some actionable tips that if you have YouTube right now or you're in video marketing, you can do instant CTR without having hundreds of servers. So there's a couple things for instant CTR. And then I'll show you the CTR bot that I have. I'm not selling it. I have no plans to sell it, but I know we have a few coders here who would be easy to build it. The only reason I'm not selling it is because we work a lot of stuff with Russians, and I have to cover myself on selling that kind of stuff. But I don't have a problem showing it because, you know, like, it's Zenaposter and another. So I have 3 coders, essentially. Each of them do, like, English, and then I have the Poland dude, and then I have a Russian dude. So it depends on how much trouble I want to get in, right? All right, so some of the first things that are easy are clickbaiting. So if we go to getamoji.com, and let me bring up my video in here. So I put my glasses on, which is terrible because I'm so fucking old. I can't see anything. Okay, so these blue things, we're considering these as like a clickbait or clickbait type of thing. An average consumer does not know it's an emoji, and so they're going to be like, hey, what is that? So we use them, always use the blue ones for the phone numbers, and so this is like your main keyword. So say you had teeth whitening, you go to getamoji.com and you find something with teeth. So there's a tooth there right there. If you had something like you had makeup, you could use the lipstick, you could use the lips, whatever. If you have a plumbing client, there is a toilet bowl somewhere in there. So you could also do it by search, but I just scroll down and find something similar. So let's do the tooth. We just copy it, right click, copy, go back to your title, and paste it in there. You can paste it there, you can paste it in the description. You could paste it in the tags if you had a way to tag it as a tooth whitening. I don't know anything about tagging emojis, so I don't use the tags for that. But you can put it in your title and put it in your description. The awesome thing is why you want to do that is that emoji is indexed in YouTube. So if you went to now YouTube and you did a search, let's do Roblox hack. And that 100 right there, that's an emoji. And kids are stupid, and so they click on that kind of stuff. So you're doing gaming kind of stuff, that's like a perfect clickbait, even though it's like in our mind, it's not a clickbait, but it's a interesting way of using, I guess, emojis. If you want that emoji to get indexed in Google, you have to use Microsoft symbol, which you find in Word. That looks like right there. That is a Microsoft symbol, and this little thing is a Microsoft symbol. Dude, that's an emoji. They must have did an update. Oh, I hate when they do updates when I'm not at home. So that looks like it's a. I don't know. I think it's an emoji. I'll have to look at it. But at any case, that's what the Microsoft symbol looks like. We use that Microsoft symbol for, like I was telling you guys about the removal of blogs. So this one, I think, is one of the Web 2.0s that we used. We already removed the Amazon, but if you click on it, you would hit Web 2.0, but it should do a redirect. But it's really slow, so let's do this one. And there's the landing page. So did you guys see that redirect? It hit a Web 2.0, then redirected there. So that's a hidden Java redirect. But if Google comes to it, it doesn't actually hit this page. It goes to a legitimate blog. That way they never actually find out what I'm doing. The only way they can find it is if they go directly to the URL. And that's just in your Java code. That's what the Web 2.0 looks like. That's what Google sees. So more things about YouTube. Your tags are always 7, except for when I get cranky, I'll sometimes do 10. But it's generally always 7 because we never link out to our competitor. We never link out to like a brand name either, because all you're doing when you link out to, say, my competitor is Alex Becker. The only thing I'm helping him do is my video is going to play, his video is going to play right after me because I put him in my tags. So he's going to slide in as recommended. And I wouldn't actually even put my username on there because that's not going to help me either. So I just use those 7 tags have to be very closely related. So if, I'll show you a video. So meet services. Hello, Nevada. So this is a SERP that the videos are mine and another competitor who doesn't like me, so he purposely put those up there thinking he was going to knock me out, but like, duh. So I had CTR going to my video, and I actually ended up getting that big image, and then when I turned it off, we went back to the regular slider. So we can pop these sliders in with the CTR too. But if you click on it, and this plugin is called vidIQ right here, where it says video tags. So the plugin will tell me all of your tags, and it also will tell me how much money a month it makes in AdSense. Mine doesn't make, I don't have anything activated with AdSense because I got in trouble with them. So as you can see, my closely related tags, I think I have 10 tags. And they're all about cleaning services. So I don't confuse YouTube. Instead of confusing YouTube, and I want to have, say, 20 tags, then I'll make 2 videos, and I'll put 10 in this and 10 in the other one. So that's why we really try to stay with 7, but with home services and with local, you kind of like can mess around. And then all those 27 comments are obviously not real, because Alamo, Nevada probably has 50 people that live in it. And these are just actually pretty good comments. Yeah, so I had either I would have done it with microworkers, or I would have had my Zenna poster log in through some Google accounts and then just leave the comment pretty much. The other totally gnarly thing about CTR in YouTube is that, like everyone has been saying, you can go back. It's like SEO 2014 for YouTube. So let me make sure my volume's off because this lady's gonna yell. So what we do is we hire micro workers to watch the video. Now we don't want the person moving the slider, but I'm just gonna do it so I don't have to sit through 30 seconds. We go to 29 seconds, pull it back, and I have them watch it again. So they sit there another 30 seconds, go to about 29 seconds, pull it back, and have them watch it again. So I did that 3 times. Does anybody know what that did? That gave me 3 times, that gave me 300% CTR on that video. Because I moved the slider back and I didn't do a refresh where a refresh would trigger a brand new view, right? So if you have problems with your retention rate, because it needs to be 85%, if you have problems with, say somebody has better CTR or whatever the case is, you can hire, I mean, if you have kids, just have a kid do it. Like give a kid $20 and have them sit there all freaking day, right? And you can do this on your mobile phone. It doesn't have to be on, huh? Same IP. Yeah, because if you go refresh, it's just gonna serve a brand new IP view. It's not gonna give you you'll get the 100%, but we want to do as good as we possibly can. So we just have a coder that is coding it just to watch one video and pull it back and watch a video and pull it back, and it will run it 24 hours a day. And I don't know how YouTube can, I don't think that YouTube can close the hole. If they close the hole, it doesn't matter, because when they update code, another code breaks. So it's okay. If they break this, it doesn't really matter. At least for me, it doesn't matter, right? So that's something that you guys can actually take home and do right away. So if you are not ranking, or you're number 5 and number 1 has more watch time, just hire a kid to do this for a couple days and you're gonna be number 1.
Do you have to search for a specific keyword you're trying to rank for, then click on your video, or does it not really matter? You just go to your video and keep doing it? Yeah,
so I do the initial, have them click through Google. Yeah. You just do it one time though, because you're never refreshing it. Yeah.
You said through Google? Does it matter Google or YouTube?
It has to be through Google. We don't search very much through YouTube anymore because we're getting better results by coming in through Google. Even our micro workers, we'll send them through that way. What was the other one? Oh, okay, so playlist. Let me see, find one. Dave, do you got a playlist? Can I use one? Is it Lawrence?
Lawyer.
Don't know how to spell that. I don't even hear that. Okay, let me find one. All right, so let's do. All right, let's do this. I'll find a playlist. All right, so you just see what I just did is click on that loop playlist at the top. So this is going to play every single video in this. So really what you want to do is you have a couple of videos, you put just your videos in this playlist. You would want to do this on a VPS because it's going to be continuously playing. Put it on loop, and it's not serving a refresh when it's on loop. It'll serve it as like it's not going to serve it as like 200% views, but it's going to serve it as a separate view every time it plays. Does that make sense? So if you have 2 videos and you put it on loop and you just leave it on your CTR for 30 days, you're going to be golden on your watch time and retention rate because it's just going to loop and it's just going to play, and it doesn't matter if it's on the same IP. I have 150,000 accounts on one IP. Does not matter whatsoever. YouTube does not give a shit. This button right here, where it says loop playlist, if you click it, it turns it off.
Just keeps playing it over and over.
Yeah.
You said put it on your CTR. You mean like the GPS?
You can, because like it's going to be playing 24 hours a day. You don't want it on your home computer, so you can get a VPS for $15 and just have it autoplay on there.
So on a VPS.
Yeah.
You said CTR, so I don't understand.
Oh, I'm sorry, on a VPS. Yeah, but it works in the CTR sense that it's continually getting views and it's continually getting traffic.
Let it run.
Yeah.
You got multiple browsers at the same time.
Yeah, you probably could. I just have it on one. You couldn't, like that slider and this playlist, like Bill can even say it didn't work, even up last year it didn't work, right? The playlist and the slider.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't work last year, but they updated code when they took out my mobile API tokens and they broke code. So every time they updated actually 2 hours ago, they updated when I was sitting there. And if they updated, you know they broke code. So now I have to find what code they broke and then I can exploit them again. So they fill a hole, but then they open a hole. So it's okay. You know, they can't find everything.
The multiple browser thing, like having them open, I've noticed this recently because when I'm working, I normally have YouTube on for music and stuff like that, and every once in a while, it'll like, hey, are you still here? And like, we'll pause the video. So if you have multiple browsers, it might not. It'll probably only track the app. Yeah.
So, oh, Jeff, jerk butt.
Yeah, I know.
That isn't even funny.
I know.
And he only has 5 views, and I have 208,000. That's, you know what? Oh, that makes me mad. Huh?
Play his. Maybe he's saying something to us.
My video is not indexed in Google. Oh my God, I'm gonna. That's. He just thinks he's funny. You can tell him a message and say.
I did. He texted me, and I'm gonna tell him that you were.
Say Holly quotes. She thinks he's funny. He's smart, man. He beat me in another competition. He was 1 and I was 2, and I was like, listen, this guy paid me, so you have to change your keyword because he didn't pay you, he paid me. And he was like, no, yeah.
When you go back to that Google search, can you tell me what the difference is for how the videos are showing up? If you put that in quotes, we are SEO rock stars.
Well, you have 2 words.
Oh, yeah. SEO Rockstar one word.
Because
What do you mean?
And I click the bottom one, search is one word.
search instead for SEO rock stars. I believe that was our video. Number 1.
Why isn't he showing up? He's not showing up because this slider does not get pulled from YouTube. This slider does not get pulled from Google Videos. It doesn't get pulled from. It's like a shot in the dark. So we can control how to pop it in there and where to place them, but it's never 100%, and it's by CTR. So it's not. Like, I can't guarantee, I never guarantee any rankings, I never guarantee anything, because I'm like, I'll try, but if it doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you.
I was just happy that that's our video on the left there.
In the quotes, though. You know, he's not here, that's why he did this.
He didn't even say anything to us?
He did.
Oh, you did?
All right. Dude. I can't hear it.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna make sure I send him a cute message when we get back.
Just told you right now.
Hey, Lonnie, will you bring my cord up? All right, so that was enough with the, was that 3 good tips for you? All right. Do you want me to show you the bot quick? It'll take me 5 minutes.
Everything's in here.
I know. Poor bag has to carry 25, 30 pounds of computer equipment. When I go through TSA, the lady had me like, what do you do for a living that you have 3 computers? Well, if one dies, I have the other. Well, what do you need for the third? Well, it's just a third backup. Okay.
I use 6 of those containers when I get on TSA. They make me separate each of my laptops. I usually have at least 3 with me. And a Kindle and an iPad.
All right. All right, so does anyone know who Chad? Who was it? What's his last name?
Lawson.
What?
Lawson.
Lawson. So you can actually get this from Chad. I don't think he's selling it, but if you beg him and tell him I showed it, he may give you. I don't know. He may not, because we're testing it. So this is the one that Chad built. You put your main search term in there, and you put your video URL in there. So this isn't ideal in the sense of if you have, like 7 keywords or even 2 keywords. This is built just so that you're really targeting on 1 keyword and 1 video. So it's not obviously for like a mass person. Or you can do it as a playlist. You do proxies. So this is being recorded. So let's say that proxies, you want something that is squid proxies, residential proxies. What you don't want, you can storm proxies. What you don't want is shared proxies, and you don't want proxies that that people are using for Scrapebox, because Google obviously knows about all these proxies. So really you want residential, squid, and storm. There's more, but I can't give all my sources out. Do some of the proxy accounts get closed?
Let's say the channels. I mean, is there a risk that Google might this whole?
There's always a risk.
So it's like a small percentage, right?
What? You're doing CTR. CTR is hard to find. The only way they find CTR is if they are looking through your proxy. So you have to test your proxies and see if they last after 72 hours, which 80% of them won't. So I had to go through 30, 50 proxies providers before I found 3 of them.
So what do you recommend for VPNs?
So it's not VPN, it's a proxy.
Proxies.
Yeah, so Squid, storm proxies, and residential proxies. But it's not, CTR isn't going to get you banned because it's not backlinks. And honestly, we're playing a game with them. So, yeah, if you have a client and he pays you $50,000 a month, your risk of losing that $50,000 a month if you do black hatting is super high. But I don't do that kind of work. I'm not a client. I don't take clients because I'll destroy them, and I know I'll destroy them. So know your limitations. I know my limitations are. It's not website. It's YouTube, and you're always playing a game with them. They're always trying to combat you. 3 weeks ago, there was a Google employee at the conference, and I did 100% presentation of what I'm doing now, because it's the thought process that they can't close every hole. They can't find everything we do, and I'm not hiding. I'm in plain sight. I talk about it. If they block me, then it's just you got to find a different way to rank.
I think you should pay you. You're helping them.
Well, you know, like there's been talks about coming to Seattle and meeting with them, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna break who I am and sit down and talk to you people. Like, no, that's not who I am.
It's not your DNA.
Yeah, no. So Chad will give you the referral list and the user agent. That's in his download. And then you'll have the display images in the browser if you want. You don't have to. So the amount of browsers used for viewing, we would keep that at like 3 to 5. That makes it Firefox, Chrome, DuckDuck, whoever you want. And how long your video is, like we strongly suggest you do videos between 3 and 5 minutes because your CTR and your retention rate is easier to work with than a video that's 10 minutes or 30 minutes. If I have someone in the video club that has a 30-minute video, I go, you know, you're gonna have to split this into highlights or I'm gonna refund you. I know what my capabilities are, and I know what I'm good at. I'm not gonna take somebody that's a 30-minute video, because I'm gonna have to work too hard, and I can't watch Netflix, and I probably can't fix what I wanna do. So, you have to, if you work with me, you have to do what I tell you to do. It's not that, you can contact me, you do this, you change this and this, and leave me alone. That's it. That's why I don't work with people. Total amount of views in the CTR, so let's say you want 300 views, you just put 300 there and it'll continuously watch the video with different IPs until it gets to 300 and then it shuts it off. So it's very like, it's very simple to use. So that's Chad's. And so then I particularly use Zenaposter because I've had Zenaposter for 10 years. I'm probably one of the few people that understand Russian enough that I can understand their stupid coding. Even though it's in English, you have to think in Russian. And you have to, it's a stupid learning curve. Like, all of the training is in Russian. So I had to learn frickin' Russian. And I'm like, but your website's in English, so get an English person to teach me this. And they're like, we don't have English. So that's why I had to get a Russian. It's just terrible. I don't know why it's updating the license. Maybe I got banned when I've been gone. So why is it updating? Why it's updating? I have a couple. So at last year, I think I had maybe 25 servers because I was regrouping again, and now I have several hundred servers. And I went to Chiang Mai and I got a message saying they were going to restart my servers and do server maintenance. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I got on a plane and flew 27 hours. Didn't even think about logging back in, so I had nothing running on my servers for 3 days. Oh, yeah, it was bad. I logged in, I had probably 6,500 local 10 guides, gone. Every one of them were destroyed, banned. I lost a large amount of DMVs that were connected to those because I have scripts that will consistently log in local guides and act like a real account. It'll go to people's websites, like legitimate CNN, ESPN. It'll look and act like a user. So it'll go read all these random articles, and it's still a local 10 or local 6, whatever it is, and it'll act like a user, so it looks like a real person. And then it'll go leave a good review, or it'll go, if you're in my way, I'll remove you, or remove your pin, or whatever the case is. All right, so Google search. So let's open. So we're going to use this one. So this is what your base file would look like. You had your 7 keywords. Those 7 keywords, of course, are in your video. If they're not in your video, how is YouTube and Google going to understand that that's what the video is about, right? So you got to have it in the video. Quotes are for, that is the username of the YouTube account, and we put that in there because we're modifying the search for YouTube because obviously, or for Google, sorry. Because obviously if this is not in, or, well, it will be indexed, but if it's not showed up in the first few pages, it may like error out. But if you put it in quotes, it's gonna be one of the first video that shows up, then you can trigger the slider because it seems like a popular video. So that's pretty much what a quick way to trigger stupid shit is like that. And then you have your URL. So the script will pick one line from each of these, and it'll search for salon marketing strategies. It'll look for the Hairstylist Collective user, and then it'll look for this exact URL. If it doesn't find that exact URL, it'll shut back off, and then it'll restart then the next time it goes. So that is the phrases. You can have it search in Google and YouTube, in Google videos. We have it searched on Google. We don't have a search in YouTube because with ZP, if you have a search in YouTube, the video goes backwards. And I don't know how to explain it, and I talked to Ted about it, and I don't know. I trust what I see. We know it ranks when it gets searched through Google, so that's why we search through Google. You can have it log in through their YouTube account. You can have it like a video. You can have it leave comments. You can have it log an IP, so you want to see what IPs are working and what are not. So the watch time, that's why we go to the closest minute. We have a video that's 2 minutes and 15 seconds. We'll ask you to cut it down to 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Because if it's 2 minutes and 15 seconds, the script will watch it for 2 minutes, and then it'll pull your next video in line for 45 seconds, and then you've killed, by doing that, it's pulling in your competition, and it's gonna kill what you're trying to do. So have it to the nearest minute.
As much as I'm loving this, the software demo is like making my eyes roll back. So is this something, I mean, this is a bot, right? And this is a tactic that we can use?
Yeah, just buy Zenaposter.
Okay, Zenaposter.
It's like $57 for one thread, or 127 maybe.
Okay, awesome. And that's what you're using it for?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this template that I have made for $27.
Oh, awesome.
What's it called?
And so is that template the one that you just showed us? The text in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how you use CTR, 100%. You don't have to learn Russian, as long as you can.
So this is a Russian
software. If you want to code your template instead of buy a template, you have to learn Russian. Because I'm pretty techy, and I wanted to pick this up and toss it because I was so mad. So you can go to Upwork and hire someone to do it. Just tell them what you want; they'll do it for you.